Liverpool against Stoke City in the Premier League.
Let's go, everyone. How we doing? Mr. Carl, are you ready for episode 4 of Rivalry Reviews?
Episode 4, that's come along very quickly, that has.
It goes
yes,
really
I'm very
quick.
much ready. Very much ready. Good round of games last for the opening week. A lot of transfer rumours going on this week. And then, we've got big games coming up next week, this weekend. So, yeah, a lot to talk about.
Let's see if the teams like Brentford can keep up from last performance. I don't think they can, but if they can, they're gonna do what I predicted them to do. Top 10.
They're going to stay up? Yeah,
I think they're gonna be top 10, just like Leeds did here last season.
I think this is going to be a big test for them playing Crystal Palace away. So we saw opening game at home against one of the big boys.
Yeah.
So
big
there was
boys.
a lot of you know what I mean. One of the supposed big boys, just like Spurs. So we saw them against them, so they were going to be a lot more hyped up and a lot more ready to go and a lot raring and a lot on the line to prove themselves. This is a real test. Crystal Palace, who is probably going to be struggling later on in the season to escape relegation. This is their test.
It will be their test, and the big question is, can their last season top scorer do what he did there in the Prem?
Who was their top scorer last
Tony.
season? Tony. Yes, even Tony is one of the people that we're going to be shining a spotlight on later on today. That's what it will be coming up, guys. So we're going to be going through transfer news as we have been since we launched the program. Then we're going to do a player spotlight. Myself and AZ have selected 3 players between us to talk about players that you probably haven't noticed, players that probably aren't on your radar, to just shed some light. And looking at these 3 players, you can see that there is some big potential for them in the future. And then following on for that, we will look at our week 2 preview. What is our game of the week? Our game of the weekend coming has to be Chelsea-Arsenal. London rivals, Chelsea flying, Arsenal stuttering. Is Lukaku gonna start with a bang?
Yeah. All that we will talk about it when we get to that topic. We have to talk about the transfer news first, and our spotlight, of course. And then you will see who we think gonna be our match of the week. It might be Chelsea and London, Chelsea and Arsenal, and it might not, because Arsenal are kind of shit right now. So let's go to the transfer news. A lot of transfer deals have been done. Ramsdale to Arsenal. I don't personally want him there, but he's a young goalkeeper. And then we got the man I really want to our team, Odegaard. And then Watford got that guy, I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm not going to say it, but he's from Turkey.
Ozan Tufan.
Yeah, Ozan Tufan. I don't want to pronounce it wrong. And then Gary Cahill to Bournemouth. Was that right?
Yeah, looks like a yeah, because he's a free agent.
Yeah. Can he keep up his level of football, or is he done?
I think he can. He could do a good job for Bournemouth. He's got that experienced head on him. Champions League winner, Premier League winner. He knows what it takes to play in the league. It's just surprising that Bournemouth has sold Ben White for 50 million and then they've gone to a free agent and not into the transfer market.
Yeah.
That's the troubling or strange thing for me. What's a little bit more frustrating, to be honest, is that you guys are making moves. Two signings in the space of 2 days.
I don't know if I'm gonna call it move when we get a player where Ramsdale, he is already getting abused, and I really hate I'm a Gunners fan myself, but at least give him some respect. Don't go and say we don't want you at our club. You're gonna get abused every day, bro. What the fuck? He already he have turned off comments on all his pictures because of fucking Arsenal fans getting him that abuse. That's why we shared the Stop Online Abuse on the Reviews Instagram.
Yeah.
And it was from his Instagram, and it's only right to do it from his Instagram. I tried to, he wouldn't see the message, but I tried to say good luck in Arsenal, but of course.
Yeah, I completely agree, and it's probably a topic that we will look at a little bit later on in the season. What responsibilities social media needs to take. We talked a lot about this after the situation happened in the final, the European final.
Yo, Steph Dad with the follow. Let's go. Let me give you a little shout out.
So we talked a little bit about that personally away from the podcast with the European final.
Yeah.
Social media does need to take a stand. They've got the technology to do it. You know, if anyone comes into our chat and puts a racial word in it, we can ban that straight away, and then it's banned forever. It's not hard, and we are two Twitch
and
streamers.
And Steph Dad with the host. Let's go.
Oh, appreciate that, Steph Dad. And our little alerts popped up as well.
Yeah.
That's good. So so we'll try and stick away from that because we talked about racism last episode in terms of Micah Richards, which I'm surprised not seeing any developments from. And let's stick with the transfer. So I'm frustrated that Arsenal are making moves. They might not be the moves that you're making, but when you compare them to us, at least you're making moves. At least you're bringing players in. Ramsdale is a player for the future. I don't understand the abuse that he's getting, and then Odegaard again is a player for the future.
But I hope that they're gonna put a lineup that is perfect for our way to play football. I thought Arteta had it under control after the last 5 matches in last season, but he don't have it under control right now. We lost to Brentford. We had 1 win and 2 draws in the friendlies. Where is the players' teamwork, the team play, the so-called support each other that Arteta talked about so much last season? I don't see it.
That's something that I wanted to touch upon. You said that you hope that they play your style of football. Now, Arsenal, as we were growing up, were always known for their tiki-taka football, but they were only able to do that with the likes of Vieira, Holding, and a strong defence. And I think since the likes of Patrick Vieira, Edu, players like that have left the club, I don't think you can play that football. I don't think you can play your tiki-taka football anymore because you're playing it around too much in the opponent's half. As soon as they take it back from you, they're gone. There's no one there to protect you.
Yeah, I just think we have to stop playing with the 4 in the back and play with 5. Or
5?
Or 3 and 2 defensive mids. Like play a 3-4-1-2. And then have Saka on the right and Smith Rowe on the left and Odegaard on the cam. And then Sambi Lokonga and Xhaka, of course, on the defensive mid. And then we have to play with Aubameyang and Lacazette on the top and Ben White, Gabriel. and I don't understand why we don't let Saliba play, but have Chambers down there, those three, and Leno. And then I think if they just stick to that position and lineup, then after 5 games or something, we would actually play good with that lineup.
Okay.
So there you heard my dream lineup for Arsenal this season.
I agree. I think if Xhaka plays the way he did in Euros, then you've got a great player. But that's not the player that we've been seeing for the past 2 or 3 seasons at Arsenal. He's been a liability. You signed that young guy,
Zambi, the guy from Anderlecht.
No, not this transfer window. Last transfer window, Parquet.
Yeah, Partey.
Par-
Yeah,
Parquet. He
I
was meant to
forgot
be our
him, but
midfielder,
yeah,
but he's a liability as well. This is what I mean. I think you're missing that holding strong midfielder. You do have 2 there, but none of them have performed in the Premier League so far, and that's what's letting you down.
and Zambi Lokonga, he's still pretty new. It's his first official match for Arsenal. And I think he was the player of the match for Arsenal in the loss. For a guy that came brand new, fresh player to Prem, play like how he did in a young age, he have to get the recognition he deserves.
So yeah, so a lot of deals, and it's a polar opposite of a lot of deals done compared to Tuesday, where we only had the one with Tammy Abraham.
Yeah.
So we've got four deals done. That a lot of them are just signing, dotting the i's and crossing t's, all having medicals. As we said, Gary Cahill, we know what we're going to get from him. He's young. Sorry, not young. He's trusted, been there, done that. Watford signing a very experienced player from Turkey with 63 international caps. So again, going for the experience look, and then Arsenal have gone for their youth. So to get those over the line in the past 2 days is good for all those involved. I'm just frustrated by the striker situation, and now it looks like we've had another gear thrown in with Robert Lewandowski saying that he wants to leave and he wants to go to a different league that he's not played in before.
Yeah. And I don't understand that. If he should leave, then go to another league and do what you do there.
And with the asking price that Bayern Munich are going to ask for him, there's only a few clubs in the world that can afford him. PSG are not going to go for him.
They got that.
So that rules him out. I can't see Real Madrid going for him.
Real Madrid, no, they just extended the contract with Benzema.
Benzema's their guy. He's been there for years now.
Yeah,
and Spurs are losing 1-0. Spurs have just conceded.
Oh, they're playing?
I couldn't tell you, mate. It's in this European Conference League thing.
Oh.
They've literally just conceded.
Yeah, FC Copenhagen is playing too.
So, yeah, so the only club that realistically leaves is Man City, that can afford to buy him from a different league to the Bundesliga. And then, so what does that mean for the Harry Kane saga? We've had Harry Kane there since we've gone live, since we first pressed that live button, because he is the biggest transfer news at the moment. Will he, won't he? What is going to happen with Kane? It's going to be a big shift in the Premier League if Kane does go. What happens to Spurs? What happens to City? There's a lot of questions that come off the back of that. And now with Lewandowski, let's just throw another one into the mix.
Yeah, they got a lot of options for that strike position. I just feel like if they really want Kane, they should just pay out instead of just keeping it for a long time right now.
Well, with the Kane situation, it appears that Daniel Levy wants to find his replacement before he lets him go, because we put to death the Martinez rumor from Inter Milan.
Yeah.
We put that to death, but there's been some stirrings in the past few hours that Spurs are willing to offer 75 million for him.
Damn.
Yeah. So it looks like that's what Daniel Levy is looking to do. So maybe it's not even dependent on Kane and Man City. Maybe it's dependent on Spurs, and they know that they're getting this 150 million in.
Yeah, they have to get their striker first.
That's it. it is smart because they say, okay, well, we'll let you go, but we want to get the replacements first.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to spend that money first, because if we can't get the people in, what's the point in letting you go?
Yeah, of course. And I see the clever mind on that. I see how they are thinking, buying one before they sell one.
Yeah, that's it. Because every Premier League club, if they want to push, needs the top striker.
Yeah.
Every Premier League club, and Son did well against Man City, but as I said on Tuesday, I can't see him doing that week in, week out for Spurs. He's a winger. He's a creative winger.
But
he's not a goal poacher.
He can do that, and I think he would, because every striker or winger, they want to play like Ronaldo, and doesn't matter which winger you are.
Mm-hmm.
He came from being a winger to become a striker from when Jose Mourinho was the coach for Real Madrid. And see how he did like a striker. Now he's a main striker for Juventus.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Son might do that, and then until they get a striker, of course, or they could just rely on Junior Vinicius.
I think he's gone back out.
He gone back out?
Yeah, we only loaned him for last season. So we've got the young kid Scarlett.
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho topped it to be a very good player.
He could end up being a very good player.
And maybe a season without a top striker might see his development significantly increase. You never know.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anything else in terms of transfer news?
I don't really see other thing than the stuff we have talked about. I can't see anything new on the home side.
There seems to be a lot happening on the continent being reported by Fabrizio Romano.
Yeah, let me see. Well, other than AC Milan wants to get Bakayoko for a year loan, the loan to extend to 2023, and Borussia Mönchengladbach Marcus Thuram is reported to Atlanta. Other than that, yeah, and then there's Patrick Bamford, who has officially signed a new contract with Leeds, and the same with Ward-Prowse, that have signed a contract with Southampton for 2026. Other than that, I can't really see anything new. And then I just have to ban that spam message. We want to become famous, but not like that.
Okay. So moving on to player spotlights.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So the only rule that we came up with when we decided that we were going to do a segment on player spotlights was that we would not pick players from Spurs or Arsenal, and it's quite surprising that both of us have come up with young players from what we consider lower league clubs.
Yeah. The
that
three clubs that is seen like the underdogs and the relegation clubs. Isn't actually, I think all three clubs just promoted to Prem.
Brentford, Norwich, yes.
That's actually fun to see.
Yeah.
We didn't even choose one from the current Premier League, but the promoting teams.
But that's the thing. Have you changed over the? Yeah. But that's the thing. The players that we want to spotlight, they're players that we want people to start to look at. Now, Max Aarons is a little bit known because of his previous season in Norwich, but I think the other two really needs focus. So why don't you?
Ismail Assar, he played very, very well against Everton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, against Everton, and he showed he was ready for the Premier League. He showed he was getting that level higher for his play. And just his performance, he actually surprised me when I saw the highlights. Almost all the highlights was from Ismail Assar.
Mhm. And that seems to be a form that he's carried over from last season. So last season at Watford in the Championship, he played 39 games, so pretty much every single league, every league game. He got 13 goals and 10 assists.
Yeah,
That's so he's a big reason why they've been promoted.
and it's like a winger, not a striker.
Yes, his preferred position is he's a left-footed right winger.
Yeah,
So he obviously that's why he's getting his goals, because he likes to come in off that flank onto his left foot and bend it into the far corner. But yeah, that's a great return in any league, let alone something as hard as the Championship. He did play he didn't have too much luck in the Premier League when they were up in the 2019-2020 season with 5 goals, 5 goals and 6 assists.
yeah,
But we have to remember his age. He's still only 24.
yeah. I reckon he is 24.
So he'd
Just
only been
maybe
20,
Google.
21, 22 when he first came up. When he first came up to the Premier League. So it's going to be an
20.
interesting
He's
one to
actually
see.
23.
23. So he would have only been 20, 21 when he first came up to the Premier League. And it looks like he's starting to get into his stride.
Yeah, and then I don't know, because he's been rumored to, was it Spurs last season,
Mhm.
and that just shows his quality of performances. And
Yeah,
I think that Tottenham should try to go for him again. I actually think they should.
yeah, because he's a winner with Coupe de France in League One in France.
Yeah,
I don't know. When he did have, I know we were saying how young he is when he was last in the Premier League, but he didn't set the ground a lot. He did play 28 games, so it's not like he didn't have opportunities.
yeah, he had a lot
Um,
of.
yes, he played a lot of games, played a lot of minutes. Let's see what it's like this first half, and if he produces goods, I can see him being the subject of a winter transfer window.
Yeah, let's see. There's still 13 days to the transfer windows close.
Hmm.
Everything can happen. Arsenal is also looking to get rid of some players in a swap deal. So let's see. And then we go to Ivan Toney. He played 48 matches in Championship last season from 2020 to 21. I don't. How can it be 48 matches? And he scored 33 goals last season in the Championship alone. That's mad. That's sick. What the fuck? Arsenal fucking get him. Get that striker right now.
Again. No, so yes, I think that's his overall. I don't think that was just last season. I think that's his overall time in the Championship. Um, 31, 45 appearances, 31 goals, 10 assists. So very, very good return rate.
Yeah. Just says Championship 48 matches and if EFL Cup 4.
Hmm.
Oh, and then there's more stats. He. Okay, I can't. But I actually think he will do well if he comes into his performance again. He get his warm his chances. He will take his chances. Oh,
Yeah,
he is a goal. He is a goal scorer. He's
and
very.
that's the only thing. That is the only thing. Is he going to get the same amount of opportunities in Premier League as he did in Championship? I don't think he will.
I don't think either. I think he gonna stay a little back and let his team like perform
Hmm.
now, where he actually knows what is at stake in the Prem. They haven't been in Prem, what was it, 70 years or something? Now they up there at actually think they want to stay there for as long as possible. I think they're gonna rely on Ivan Toney.
Yeah, I think Ivan Toney is going to be his main. He is 25 though.
Yeah,
He is 25, so I'm hoping it's not a little bit too late for him. But maybe he could be the next Jamie Vardy.
I do think he's gonna be the next Jamie Vardy. I think he's gonna be that, because if Jamie Vardy can do it, why shouldn't Ivan Toney do it?
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I
So
agree.
that's all about the mentality of a player.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then finally, someone that's a little bit more familiar to the Premier League, Mr. Max Aarons. I'm surprised he didn't get a call up for the England team.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised too. He did well. He's been rumored to
Yes.
every single top 6 Premier League
Yeah, I
club.
think rumored to Tottenham, rumored to Chelsea, rumored to Arsenal, rumored to Man United. And we forget he's only 21 years old.
Yeah,
So he's still very young, and he is your typical right back, fast, pacey, probably not so solid defensively, but he can whip a good cross in, beat a man, passable. He needs to get snapped up soon. Otherwise, he is going to be the automatic replacement for Kyle Walker at Man City.
yeah. I think he's gonna be that. I don't think Arsenal gonna go for him. They are way too lazy to do that work. They're only gonna go for players like Ramsdale that haven't performed. I haven't seen Ramsdale perform think good for Sheffield,
Hmm.
so I don't really
Well,
understand
when
why.
Sheffield United went in Premier League, they had
Henderson.
Henderson, so we
Yeah.
didn't get to see much of him. But I know Sheffield didn't do too well last season with him and goal
Nah.
in the Championship.
And that's why I don't understand why go for him when we could go for some other goalkeeper. We could just have taken one of our young players from the under 21 or 23. We have like 5 goalkeepers on the pay list or something.
Too many.
Way too many. We should only have 3.
3. But yeah, Max Aarons, I'm surprised that Spurs aren't going in for him because it's a problem area for us. Well, we've got Serge Aurier, we've got Matt Doherty. They both very much struggled last season. I expect Matt Doherty to play a little bit better back now with Nuno.
Yeah.
But I don't trust Serge Aurier. I know he's playing Tanganga there, and that's fine. But have Tanganga as a backup to someone like Max Aarons. If Max Aarons is struggling, then put Tanganga in.
Yeah, I think that's what they should do.
Because I think he'll only go for 20-30 million.
Yeah. I think I actually can go and check in on the transfer market list. Max.
On what I'm on, I've got him at 20 million, but that was last updated June.
Yeah.
20 million is last one that I got.
Norwich. And Max value 22 million and growing.
22. Yeah. You get a lot of play for that 22 million.
Yeah. But that's on the transfer market list.
Yeah. No, I know that these numbers aren't set in stone. We don't know the value of a player until he actually gets bought. Yeah. But
and it was updated June 13 last month.
Someone that gave a great impression of himself in the Premier League at the age of 19, went down to the Championship and bounced straight back up. You don't return straight from the Championship without a solid defence. Nope. So, and he was a big part of that with 5 assists. 5 assists as a right back last season.
Yeah.
So very impressive.
So, who else? I do think that if one of these 3 gonna have a Max, I don't know what to say, but a very good season. Who do you think one of these three?
I think it's
Best
just
and worst.
I'm gonna go for Max Aarons because I think Norwich is a little bit stronger, so he's got that area around him. There's a lot less pressure on him at right back as the other two, and he's done it before.
Yeah.
He gave, as I say, that 19 years old when Norwich were last in the Premier League, he caught a lot of people's eyes. So that's why I'm going to go for Max, and because I really want him at Spurs as well.
Yeah, of course. But I think Sarr gonna be the best one of out of these players. And the worst, I think, Tony.
Yeah, it's just I just don't see him. He's got a good strike rate, but I just don't see him getting the same service and the same freedom to do what he did in the Championship.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
all.
think he's gonna get that free place to like play his style anymore. I think Thomas Frank gonna like keep more bringing all the players and be more like do it like this. We're not in the Championship anymore. We in the Prem. We need to play like a team, improve from last season to now, and just hope for the best.
That's it. So yeah, so we're saying Max Aarons, Sarr, then Tony. Out of those three, yeah.
Yeah, for you.
You're saying Sarr ahead of Aarons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghost, shut the fuck up, you Arsenal fans, so don't abuse our team. Fake ass supporter. Fake ass supporter.
Ramsdale and Odegaard are back.
Nah, Ramsdale are, but not Odegaard.
Well, you missed us talking about Ramsdale and Odegaard, so you're too late for that. Biatch.
You just have to be early.
Thoughts on Ramsdale and Odegaard? No, don't worry, Ghost. I'll watch the foot. No. All I said was it's not nice, but for AZ, it's good to see Arsenal making some transfers, and they seem to be transfers for the future, not transfers for now. Ramsdale can improve, Odegaard can improve. So, but they're signings for a team that are going to be top four. That are signings for a team that were top four last season. They're not signings for a team that are struggling and need that backup and need that replacement now. You know, just like Tottenham, Arsenal need to be spending money to sort out the team that are on the pitch now, not thinking about what's going to happen in 2-3 years' time.
Yeah, but they just... And then at the window of transfer, we're going to sign some pensionated player, retired player. Just like we did with Willian and Peter Cech.
Yeah, but Willian didn't do very well for you.
He didn't. He did shit, and David Luiz too. Fuck that guy. Yeah, he had have experience, but what can we do? What can we use that for? I don't think we can use it for anything.
Again, just like you guys, I think this is what delaying the Spurs, the Kane transfer, because the last time we sold a player this big was Gareth Bale, and we threw away 90% of that money. The only players that we got out, we bought 7 players. The only players that we actually got out of it was Christian Eriksen and Eric Lamela.
Yeah,
Eric Lamela, who was injured every season.
Yeah,
apart from when we was playing Arsenal.
Yeah, that one game, and then he makes that fucking amazing goal.
Rabona. Okay, let's look ahead to next week. So, week 2 is a good week. Again, some great fixtures ahead of us.
Yeah.
Kicking off the week with Liverpool versus Burnley. I only see that going one way, mate. Bear with me a second. Let me just make sure I'm noting down these predictions.
Liverpool. Can I just real quick go and see on the stats? And 1-0 still in the Spurs match.
Yeah, I've seen.
So in the Liverpool and Burnley match. I do have Liverpool to win, but with how many goals is the questions?
That's the big question with Liverpool at the moment. If Liverpool want to, they can turn it on. And we said this at the start this time last week. We said we knew that Liverpool were going to win. It was just by how many. We only said 3. They went and scored 4.
I think they're gonna win a easy 5-0.
5-0.
Yeah, Burnley only had about 35% ball position against Brighton.
Against Brighton.
This is Liverpool.
They did struggle, didn't they?
So either 5-0 or 5-1.
Liverpool, they conceded. No, Liverpool didn't concede against Norwich. I prefer Norwich's. I'm going to say 5-0.
5-0 to Liverpool
to start off the season. Start off the weekend.
Yeah. And then Aston Villa and Newcastle. Who you got?
Yeah, these mid-table teams are a challenge because every team can beat each team and have the ability to each team. So when we look back at last week's results, who are we looking at?
Yeah, I'm looking at
Newcastle.
it right now.
Yeah, I'm just delayed, mate, that's all. Aston Villa against Newcastle. Aston Villa lost to Watford. Are they struggling without Jack Grealish?
They will.
I think so. I fancy Newcastle.
I fancy Newcastle.
Newcastle got turned over by West Ham.
Yeah.
But they came out firing out the blocks. And I think if they do that against Villa, I don't think Villa have the characteristics to be able to turn them around.
But how much do you think Newcastle?
That's up to you, Chief.
Me? I think it's on Villa's ground. And I think
maybe a 1-0 to Newcastle?
Yeah, 1-0 or 2-1. I think it's going to be a close match. But I do think Aston Villa wants to show what they actually can do. That the last match they were in front. I remember. They wasn't in front. I'm talking bullshit right now. But other than me talking bullshit all the time, they didn't. They had all the position and all that. So I think they're gonna do it against Newcastle too. So that's why it's only gonna be a very, very small goal game. 1-0, 2-1 Newcastle. I don't think they can win. Is Aston Villa gonna win?
Nah.
And if it's gonna be anything, then it's a draw 1-1. So now you can choose 1-0, 2-1, or 1-1.
2-1.
2-1.
Newcastle 2-1, yeah.
And then the big boy match.
What, Palace against Brentford?
Yeah.
The big boy match.
And Steph that just found out James Ward-Prowse has signed another 5-year contract with Southampton. Yeah, we actually got into that, but I don't know. Are they gonna sell him soon? Is it just to get the release clause
the money
higher?
I don't see any big teams going for him. I don't think he's a great player. No. He couldn't make it into the England squad against over the players that he took.
No,
I don't think he's a good player. If he goes anywhere, it's somewhere like Everton.
Yeah, Everton. Yeah, I think Everton is gonna get all these players, and I do think he could go there. But Everton got Davies and what was the other? I don't really know so many players from Everton, but I do know they have a lot of defensive mids and just midfielders. They got Doucouré, they got Allen, they got Davies, Delph. They got way too many midfielders to get another one.
So there's no need for him at the moment.
There is no need. But who knows? It's the Prem. He's an English player. All the
so probably go for 80 million.
Nah, 300 million.
300 million for James Ward. Okay, back to the result at hand though. Crystal Palace first. I fancy Crystal Palace to win.
Yeah, I think a draw. A
Ooh.
close draw.
Okay, well, let me put it this way to you. Crystal Palace got absolutely destroyed and torn apart by Chelsea,
Yeah, and Brentford
They're
won
at
against
home.
Arsenal.
but they're now at home.
Yeah,
The crowd is going to be a little bit on their back, maybe, or they're going to see this as the start of their season.
yeah.
Crystal Palace, and it was a tough stadium to go last season. So I'm going to go for a 3-2 to Palace.
3-2.
3-2.
I just think it's gonna be a very close draw. 2-2, maybe 1-1. There are gonna be goals. There is gonna be goals in that match. But how many? And who gonna score? Who? What? But we can see. We can say 3-2 to Crystal Palace.
Okay. Leeds versus Everton.
Yeah, I think Leeds be very tough. They're gonna play tough against Everton, and it's on Elland Road. And Leeds are playing well at home. So it might be a 1-0 Leeds or 1-0 Everton. So it's not going to be a draw, but a win.
A 1-goal win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fancy Everton to nick it. I think Leeds are going to still be licking their wounds after getting bumped 5-1 by United. You know, that's
United.
not that's it. It's not a easy thing to get over, that is. So I fancy Everton to go there and nick a goal off them.
Yeah. Yeah, I fancy too, but who knows? Who knows? It's still it's the first 5 matches in the league gonna be very close, and then from there you can say who's gonna win and lose easy from there.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So it was 1-0 Everton?
Yeah, I've got 1-0 Everton. Okay, Man City Norwich. I think this is only going one way.
Yeah. I would literally laugh my ass off if Norwich gonna win.
I'm only going 2-0 Man City though. I don't think De Bruyne will start.
I might say 2-0 too. I don't know who gonna be back for them.
This is the thing. Just like I predicted against Spurs, they're going to struggle to score goals until they get that striker.
Yeah.
And with De Bruyne not on top form, the little diagonal balls that he normally plays into Sterling or Gundogan or these players, they're just not there. So they are relying on their front three to create the goals as well as score them. If he starts 4-0, if he doesn't start 2-0,
We're just gonna say 2-0.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna score more than 3 goals anyways if he's gonna be in top form. Norwich do have, like we talked about before, Max Aarons. He can catch up with everyone.
He can. He's quick. But Max Aarons, because he'd be going up against Sterling and Grealish, just like Tanganga did. But Tanganga put him in his pocket, didn't
he? Yeah, pretty much. 100 million, yes sir. Let's go and party. So yeah, it's gonna be a 2-0. 2-0 Man City.
I fancy City to still get that job done. And then this is where it starts to get a little bit trickier again because we're in that mid-table scrap. Brighton versus Watford.
Watford gonna win 2-0.
You fancy you guys to get some goals?
Ismail Assar gonna score both.
I'll go with that because what was Brighton's score? Brighton just scraped to get to Burnley.
Yeah, Burnley didn't even have anything to play. They didn't even play football.
So you're going 2-0 to Watford, are you?
Yeah.
Elton John will be happy.
Who?
Elton John.
Oh. Yeah,
He
it's only because of
Watford,
him.
doesn't he?
Yeah,
He owns Watford, doesn't
yeah, he does. And KSI is from Watford, so
he?
now we got a YouTube
Okay.
title.
Man United against Southampton. Man United look unstoppable.
Yeah,
They play
but
brilliantly.
can they keep it up? They got Varane ready for this match.
They got Varane in the match. I fancy Van der Beek to start this match.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna play with Greenwood again on top?
Yep. They've not even used Marcus Rashford yet. He's their best striker.
Yeah.
Sancho started on the bench. I think that was half Man United. I think they're gonna run away.
But it's just hard because when a team like Man United they win big in their first match, they got just gonna sit back in the next match thinking, hey, we actually got the whole game, so why not like just sit back, play. Then it's gonna be a 2-0, 3-1. I don't think it's gonna be a big win, but a 3-1 ain't that big too. So
Ever see just Varane in the back there?
he's still new in the league. So I don't think they're gonna start with him, but substitute him in second half. So Southampton got the whole first half to score.
Okay. 4-1.
4-1.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
Sorry about that, Steph. I presume Steph is a Southampton fan.
Yeah, I think too.
Let us know. Let us know if not Steph. Let us know who you support. Okay.
And Ghost, write down who you really support because I don't think you are real Gunners.
And then Wolves, Tottenham.
Yeah, Tottenham gonna win.
Yeah, 2-0. I think it's gonna be 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0. How did the Wolverhampton play?
I know we're playing today, but we've not sent a single player that was in the squad for the lot. Not in the squad. We didn't send a single player that started the game against City.
Yeah.
So
But Wolverhampton, they
fresh,
played very well against Leicester last time.
Yes, they played very well, but they couldn't score against Leicester.
No.
So I can't see them scoring against Spurs and Leicester. Yes, they got Jamie Vardy, but Son, we lost Locatelli.
Yeah, of course he gonna choose Juventus over us.
What was I saying? Yeah, I think Son is going to play with a nice big smile on his face. Dele Alli, I think, will score as well.
Yeah, Dele Alli might score.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2-0 Spurs. Unfortunately.
And then in comes the game of the
5-0
week.
Chelsea.
Really?
Bro,
Is that what you're going for?
I swear, Lukaku is there. He gonna play. If we're gonna play like we did against Brentford, not running back in the defense, we're gonna get smashed fucking much. I hate to say it, but we're not gonna win that match.
What do you think, Ghost? What do you think it's going to be, bro? I think 5-0.
Yeah,
too
but
much.
if they can lose 2-0 to Brentford, why shouldn't we lose 5-0 to Chelsea?
I agree.
But to be fair, 2-0, 1-0 to Chelsea.
Yeah, because
we do play very well against the top 4 teams.
Arsenal, Chelsea this weekend, Ghost. Yeah, and that's what I was just about to say there, Easy, is that Arsenal are going to show them a lot more respect than what they showed Brentford.
2-1 Arsenal.
Who's this guy? This guy doesn't watch football. Come on now. 2-1 Arsenal.
This guy, he comes, fuck Arsenal, they shit. Are we going to win 2-1 against Chelsea? What the fuck, Ghost? What the fuck? Can you...
I'll tell you what, Ghost, we'll go with your prediction, bro. 2-1 Arsenal. we perform against them.
Yeah, that's true, but still goes our season and before. Yeah, that's true. But dangerous in London. Our house. Then the supporters really have to be behind our back and not just be like that
Yeah,
fucking
that's the
guy
thing with the
Troops.
Arsenal
Not be like
supporters.
fucking Troops to fucking shit on us just because we lose. Fuck that guy. If I see him, I want to smash him. He's way too aggressive. He is over. He is
Guys,
just
clip
way.
that and we'll get it sent to Troops, yeah?
Do it. Make a pay-per-view. If I win, we're gonna get the biggest shout out. If he wins, then I'm just gonna say sorry.
AFTV is ours. Okay, and then someone at Sky decided that the highlight match of the weekend should be West Ham versus Leicester.
Nah.
And I think it's going to finish in a 0-0.
Yeah, 0-0. And might be a 90 minutes Leicester goal.
Yeah. I can't see a single goal coming from that game. You don't lose.
Leicester got a wall, and West Ham got a wall.
Yeah. West Ham did see 2 goals, but I just think they were a little bit too sluggish. And then Declan Rice also starts.
Yeah.
He's back in the fray, so that helps shore it up. Okay, so just to run through our results before we move on to the close. So we've got Liverpool 5-0 against Burnley. Aston Villa, Newcastle. We fancy Newcastle to pick a win 2-1. Crystal Palace against Brentford is going to end 2-2 with Brentford riding high from Arsenal. Leeds 0, Everton 1. We just see Everton with too much strength in the middle of the park. City 2-0. City are going to be licking their wounds, but they've still got a striker issue, and I can't see Norwich holding their own against the big boys. Brighton 0, Watford 2. We fancy fancy Watford to pip it there, especially with AZ's pick of the season is Myla Sarr, and I've definitely pronounced that wrong. Southampton are going to fumble to Man United. Unfortunately, Steph, if you're still in chat, with a 4-1 win for Man United. Wolves 0, Spurs 2. We think Wolves still haven't replaced Nuno, and we think Spurs' defence and attack is just going to be too strong.
Yeah.
For some reason, for our game of the week, we've gone Arsenal 2, Chelsea 1.
Yeah.
I fancy it just because, I fancy it because if you do win and you come in smug, I'm not going to have to look at your face next week. So
yeah, you're going away.
And then we've got West Ham Leicester 0-0. Despite it being Monday Night Football, it is going to end in a 4-goallers draw.
Yeah.
So that's our picks. We will be putting them up on Instagram. So make sure you have dropped us a follow at rival.reviews at instagram.com. Okay. And then finally, big man. So yeah, so we appreciate people stopping by today, but coming up next week, we will be looking, I will not be here next week. I'm going on holiday.
If anyone wants to be a part of it next week, they can just DM me, because I might need someone to back me up, because I do think I will be a lot nervous doing it alone. So
I see Ghost in chat there. Ghost says he'll help out.
He don't have a camera.
That's fine.
Well, it's fine. It's fine because I can just use the picture of you having makeup on. So that's fine. If you want to join, let's do it.
There we go. Look, no cam, but I will.
It don't matter. I'm just gonna put a makeup card
there. You can sit there and you can spend an hour just slagging off Spurs. So I'm off for next week. I'm traveling with my family to Wales, so make sure we show AZ the love. I will definitely be tuning in, bro.
Yes.
But as usual, guys, we will see you next week, Tuesday, for week 2 review.
Yes. So guys, if you got any questions, just pop it down, or else we will look for someone to raid. And the bot will be out tomorrow at 7 p.m. my time, 6 p.m. British time.
You know what? I think we could get quite a few views on it because a few of the people that I work with have asked for the channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, I definitely can't catch it live, but I want to come and watch the channel.
Yeah, they're most welcome.
So,
Then we already got, I think I saw 10 views on our first and second episode on here on Twitch was exclusive for you guys. So on YouTube we have done it from this week is where it starts on YouTube. So if guys are confused why we say episode 1 on YouTube, it's because episode 1 and 2 was exclusive to you guys to warm up, so you know what the concept is.
Did we get a podcast service? Because we looked at Spotify.
Yeah, I don't know. It says you have to get something RSS feed, so I have to look more into that on YouTube how to do it. And it's not just putting an MP3 in. It's something. It's so complicated to get it on.
Okay, speak to Monolux and see what he says.
Yeah.
And I'll look into it while I'm on holiday as well, on the beach and stuff.
Yes. Lucky bastard.
Okay.
You got someone to raid or?
No, not at the moment. Give me a second.
I can't really find someone.
My laptop has been a mess recently.
Got someone who got 10 in.
Yeah, go.
But he got followers only that on.
That's fine.
Raid official SHD. He's playing FIFA right now. We want to grow the channel to bigger raid, so if you want, you can share the channel with your friends that is football and enthusiasts, or just go into it and support Premier League. We are in talks of bigger stuff in the future. Thank you everyone for stopping by. We love you all.
We appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. And
I
will see you in a couple of weeks.
Yes, I will see you guys on Tuesday. Me and Ghost gonna wrap up everything. So now I have to do this poster myself. I can't do it.
No. I can still do all that, bro.
Yeah, I will appreciate it because I don't think I know how to do that.
Yeah, no, I'm still gonna be working on it. Just because I'm not presenting with you doesn't mean it's not my channel as well, you know.
Oh yeah,
I'm still gonna be working.
Yes, sir. So guys,
yeah,
what up? See you guys on Tuesday. The VOD is out tomorrow. Love you guys.
Alright, peace.
Send.